The message came while I was carving the turkey, a vibration in my pocket, a notification I wasn't expecting, a name I hadn't seen in months. Her boss. A single line on my screen, "I'll come by later tonight. Make sure he's asleep." My hand froze mid-cut, the knife hovering above the breast like a suspended accusation. Across the table, my wife laughed at something her brother said, too loudly, too freely. Her eyes flicked toward me once, then away, the way a guilty person checks if the door is locked. Her brother raised his glass. His grin was sharp, drunken, triumphant. "By the way," he announced, "Dad is signing the company to me. The one you built. You get nothing." Everyone cheered like he'd just cured a plague. I watched their faces, every last one of them, clapping from my erasure. Only one man didn't join in, the family lawyer. He leaned toward me, voice low. "Should I tell them?" he murmured, "or will you?" My wife's brother's fork slipped from his hand. "What? What the hell is he talking about?" he demanded. I didn't answer. Not yet. The room buzzed. The knife felt heavy. The message in my pocket burned. And I realized the betrayal wasn't new. I had only just opened my eyes. It started with late meetings, crammed schedules, sudden exhaustion that had no medical cause. My wife claimed she was overwhelmed, burnout, pressure from work. I believed her, or I wanted to. But small details kept cracking through the surface. She smelled of cologne that wasn't mine. She came home already showered. She kept her phone face down, silenced, glued to her palm like a second skin. I tried to dismiss it as paranoia, marriage fatigue, a bad season. But then her boss accidentally called me one night. I heard her voice in the background, soft, familiar in a way that didn't belong to me anymore. She hung up the moment she realized. Came home with a smile stretched too tight. "Everything okay?" I asked quietly. "Of course," she said. But her eyes told a different story, a story she never meant for me to read. At Thanksgiving, surrounded by people who benefited from my blindness, the truth pressed against the walls of the room like smoke. They all thought they were safe. They had no idea what I already suspected, what I was about to confirm. I didn't confront her, not then, not ever, with raised voice or frantic accusations. Instead, I watched, calm, cold. I followed patterns, not emotions. Her late nights synced perfectly with her boss's travel schedule. The emails she deleted lingered in the cloud folder she didn't know still synced to my tablet. The hotel receipt she forgot in her coat pocket was the quietest confession I'd ever seen. I began collecting phone logs, texts, expense statements, a copy of the prenup she thought protected her. The lawyer, my quiet ally, reviewed everything without asking unnecessary questions. "You're certain?" he asked once. "I want verification," I said. So he handled the rest. I remained polite at home, predictable, gentle. The more normal I acted, the more recklessly she moved. She thought I was too distracted with the company, too busy to notice her slipping away. But I saw everything, every glance at her phone, every smile she tried to bury, every lie she told while looking me in the eye. And Thanksgiving, her family circling me like vultures, was the perfect stage. I wasn't just waiting for proof. I was waiting for the right moment. The lawyer slid a sealed envelope onto the table. Everyone froze. My wife stared at it like it might explode. "What is that?" she whispered. "Open it," I said. She hesitated, hands trembling, eyes darting around the room for someone, anyone, to save her. Inside was a printed thread of her messages, hotel confirmations, photos, a timeline so precise she couldn't deny a single second. She covered her mouth. "No, please, this is true," I finished for her. Her brother cursed under his breath. The lawyer spoke next, calm, almost bored. "Before you celebrate inheriting the company, you should know it's already been transferred. 3 weeks ago." "What?" her brother screamed. "It's legally out of your father's hands, irrevocable." My wife looked at me with wide, breaking eyes. You You knew? I knew enough, I said. I just needed you to confirm the rest. Her voice shattered. Please, don't do this. Not here. But the truth was already bleeding across the tablecloth, and I felt nothing. I stood slowly. Not dramatic, not vengeful, just done. I signed everything you tried to steal, I told her brother, into a trust your father can't touch. He lunged forward, knocking over a glass. You can't do that! It was supposed to be mine! You celebrated too early, I said simply. You always do. Silence strangled the room. My wife reached for my arm. Please, we can fix. I stepped back. There's nothing left to fix. Her phone buzzed on the table. Her boss's name lit up the screen. The final confirmation. Everyone saw it. Her brother laughed a fractured, ugly laugh. Oh my God, she really was. She collapsed into a chair, hands over her face. I walked to the door. No raised voice, no gloating. Just the truth left behind like a cracked bone. Outside, the night felt colder, quieter, honest. For the first time in years, my mind wasn't fogged with doubt. It was clear. I didn't need the company back. I didn't need her apologies. I didn't need revenge that screamed. The silence did more damage than fury ever could. As I reached my car, I felt something uncoil inside me. Not joy, not relief, just freedom. Thanksgiving ended behind me, with shouts, confusion, and the sound of everything they built on lies collapsing. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. Some betrayals cut you open. Others set you free. And tonight, I walked away with nothing except myself.